if you want to spend the time, you probably can learn it.
So,
I mean, I hear lots of people who hear about Shapeways, are clueless about 3D modeling, and pick it up, work on it for a weekend, and then they can make the shapes they want.
that's amazing. And they can make whatever shapes they want, whatever thickness, whatever color, different material. You just click through what you want and you push the button. Let me tell you, Peter, there's so many people that I talk to, inventors, that are stuck searching and calling, and it's just such an emotional roller coaster through the invention process, and we all try to help each other to keep us going, moving forward. But so many people are stuck at the prototype stage. They're calling up contract manufacturers. They're calling up different manufacturers and trying to make a onesie product. And they'll do it for them, but it'll cost them thousands of dollars. Sometimes there's other people that are willing to take a chance and, you know, help make a prototype for next level production. But for the most part, a lot of inventors don't know where to go to make a prototype. And it's amazing that you have this opportunity now. There's all these 3D printers out, but you don't even need to buy one. You could just work with with Shapeways, upload the file, and you have a prototype in 10, 15 days.
Yeah, and I would even go beyond the prototyping phase, right? And I understand that prototyping is important, but let's say you're happy. You know, one of the things that we see quite a bit are iPhone cases. Let's take that as another example.
Okay.
And the example is good because it's a product that we can make from beginning to end. There is no assembly needed. There is no electronics involved. It's just an iPhone case. Now, if you have designed it and you ordered a few for yourself and you're really happy with the design, you don't need to find manufacturing. You just start promoting it. And when people see the promotion, either on your website or you can directly promote from Shapeways, people can start buying.
That's amazing.
And what you need to realize there is if you open an account at Shapeways, it also enables you to start a shop. And what that does is, let's assume that, and this is quite accurate, that for us, the price we will charge you to make that iPhone case is about $20. Now you think, I can sell this for $40. So you put $20 extra in markup on that iPhone case. The end users that are browsing Shapeways and see your great new product, see the $40, buy it. We will charge $20 for the manufacturing, and at the end of the month, we will send you all the money that you made with your new product.
Wow! So you're not taking on top of the sale. You're just taking what it costs to make the product.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. And I want to understand, because a prototype, when people have the perception of a prototype versus a finished product, your website and the end result of what comes out of your machine is actually the end product, or it could be. Is that right?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, and people make lots and lots of stuff. They make Christie puzzles. They make iPhone cases. They make light armatures for lighting. We print in ceramic, so you can make coffee cups. You can make fruit bowls. You can make vases. Jewelry in silver and stainless steel. But even if you want to go a little bit more exotic, you know, this guy who called me, he said, "Hey, I'm into rockets." He builds rockets as a hobby, right? And he wants to improve the exhaust nozzle of his rocket, and he wants to print that in stainless steel. And I go like, "Yeah, why not?" So he figures it out, and a few months later, he sends me an email and said, "Pete, it was great. It's a lot better now. And thanks to Shapeways, I have now a much improved hobby rocket." So, I mean, that is also possible.
Wow.
And of course, if you now know people who use the same basic rocket engine, then you could tell them, "Hey, with this exhaust nozzle, it does it a lot better." And you can either, you know, enable them to buy it, or you can start selling it and make money.
What about printing? Can somebody, you're saying they can make a ceramic mug,
Yep.
can they, and they're making this unique design for it, can they end up having some kind of color imprint on it also?
The ceramic we currently offer is only in one color. for the model. So
Okay.
you can either have it in white, you can have it in black, you can have it in a few other colors, but we cannot do multicolor at this moment.
Okay. Not necessarily multicolor, but let's say somebody wanted to put a message on the mug and then sell it.
I understood, but that's currently not possible.
Okay. What about on any other products? Let's say you're making this iPhone case and you want to have the name of your product on the case. Are you able to imprint it on there?
Yes, definitely. You can use the shape to either engrave it or emboss it on the casing.
Wow.
We currently have one material which we call full color sandstone, and that material enables you to do anything with every color. So you can have full color, like people make little characters for board games they come up with, and those characters can be in full color. So in that sense, you could use that material to print your mug with a text or a face on it, but then that material is not suited for making coffee mugs. So the materials are still one of the biggest areas for improvement.
Right.
We do have nylon, we do have a high-end acrylic plastic, we have stainless steel, we have silver, ceramic, but there is quite a lot of improvement still possible. Although the quality is really good, there is so many materials that surround us that there is always room for improvement.
Understood. There's a question that came in from Catherine. She asks, what types of products cannot be made with the 3D printer? Is there a limit on how big the products can be made?
Well, yes and no. It depends a little bit. At our surface, we go to about the size of a small chair, which is quite big. And that's where we end. But there are already 3D printers that print in concrete, and they're thinking of printing complete houses. Now, that is, of course, a totally different type of product, a different type of surface, a different type of printer. But the concept of additive manufacturing, of printing things in layer by layer, will go from the very, very tiny, where we print, very small earrings, to the very, very big, and that is quite exciting.
And what about when you were saying when you're making like this little board character? So I want to understand the full color that you said. Full color meaning that the character can be just a green or a blue, or full color meaning that the face could be green, the body could be blue, there could be details of hair that's coming out of their eyelashes. Is that the extent of full color?
Exactly.
Okay.
And definitely, if you start thinking about board games, you come up with a great new game. You can print the board itself if it is 2D, but you can think about making that different as well. And then, of course, if you need little icons to represent the state of the game, you can model the shape in your 3D software. And then what you do is they call it texture mapping. You take basically pieces of pictures that you can attach to the model, and in that way you can make a fully lifelike little character, being it a dragon or a human character or whatever you want. And actually, one of Shapeways community members made a little application for your iPhone where you can take a picture of the face of a friend, and you can wrap that picture around the head of a little puppet, and then you can print that. So you have a little mini-me. You have a little version of yourself.
How do you do that? There's an app on your website that allows you to do that?
Well, it's in the App Store, actually. It's in the Apple App Store. I'm not quite sure at this moment whether we link directly to it. I can have a quick look. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And there's new types of, quite recently, the Mixie Me has launched, which is basically also creating small puppets that you can customize, with different types of hair, different types of clothing, etc., which is then perfectly suited for making your own board games or, whatever. This is merely more towards the game type, but if you just come up with a new board game, how do you do that, right? Especially if you need little characters.
Yeah. Or it's actually a nice holiday gift too, or it could be used for other reasons. I don't know.
Yeah, and actually I just checked. If you go to our website, you under the Create option on the menu bar, you see AC Creators. And if you scroll down a little bit, you see the Mixie Me, but if you go down a little bit further, you see the little Shape Me. And actually, you can see already some examples of pictures of and how the end results will look like.
Oh, that's so funny. So shapeways.com and then go to where the creator button is. It's unbelievable. You must have a great time, and I'm sure you see all these different projects coming through your system there.
It's amazing. That is one of the most fun parts. We do it both digitally and in real life. We have, of course, all the visibility of products that people are uploading, both when they upload the designs to the site or when they order, and then, of course, the physical products when they come out of the machine. And at any stage, it's fun to see, and sometimes we are really baffled. We go like, what is this going to be, right? I mean, it's a little piece of something, Think about, also where if you have a hobby in like remote-controlled airplanes or cars or whatever, and things break or you see room for improvement, then you can model that little part and then print it, make it available to the rest of the community you're part of, and then you can use it for yourself or share with others. I mean, that's the amazing power. The thing that you now have the design of a product or part of a product digitally gives you so much freedom to improve all the time. You get feedback from your user, you get feedback from your test initial group of customers, and you want to improve. But if you use mass manufacturing, then you're stuck with your initial set. And even if you only have a few thousand products, if you could get it at that limited rate, then you still have that first few thousand products. And if there is a flaw in it, let's hope not, but it happens, then you're stuck. And the cool thing is, if you start using just-in-time manufacturing, then you just sell and make. You make just what you sell, and therefore, if you get feedback, you can improve the product. And we see that happening on the site.
Understood.
People offering products, they get feedback. We even make that possible through comments, and then they improve it, and things get better quickly.
Sounds like very interesting and easy. Couple questions coming in. Somebody's asking a question of how much is it going to cost to make a prototype of a cup, of a tape dispenser. I guess they're looking at a few different things, and something as simple as a tweezer.
Sure. So if you make a tweezer, and you can make a fully assembled tweezer, even with a little springiness, I would venture a bet that it would cost somewhere between $5 and $8. The easiest, of course, is to upload it. Or, Shapeways has a big gallery of hundreds of thousands of products. Just browse around a little bit, see what people have uploaded and how big it is, and then you can get a sense for pricing. It's really hard for me to, not having seen things, what you mean, what it would cost to guess that. And it's also dependent on the material, right? If you have the size of the tweezers in stainless or in ceramic, there's different prices than in nylon. But the size of that, $5 to $10, you can get started.
It's something and people are struggling to figure out how they're going to make a prototype, and that it's going to cost thousands of dollars to make one. And look at this, you're talking about a couple dollars, and all your worries and your reality comes to life, and you get to actually see your prototype. You can use that prototype to go around and show people what it is that you're thinking about. You can even use prototypes. I've used prototypes to place orders with retailers. You can use your prototype to license a product and let the licensee end up working out all the details of the final product. But at least you spent a few dollars and you were able to present something to them instead of showing them a computer file or a photo. It's really something special. And then what Peter's mentioning is that you have the opportunity to not only make your prototype or product, actually, or finished product, you can actually post it on their website and make make some residual income or make a living from it. You have the hottest selling iPhone case, and you're off to the races. But one thing, Peter, I remember, because I've used your website I guess several years back. Time flies. But I made a product out of